Hello, everyone. This is Lindsay Huddleston with Sports Psychology Solutions, coming to you from the Sports Psychology Lab here at Eastern High School. I know it's been a little while since I've been on live, but things have been happening in a good way. But some interesting experiences I've had lately make me want to come and discuss an interesting topic. The one we're calling this topic is buy-in or peace out. Now, who is this for? This is for coaches and leaders who are dealing with people who are not committed to the culture. Buy in or peace out. What we have to realize that in order for us to promote the vision that we have for our program, that we have for our young people, is that sometimes we have to sacrifice talent and skill for the sake of the culture. So individuals need to buy in or peace out. So one thing you want to do, although we may identify leaders on a team, the players have identified leaders as well. And you have to be cognizant enough to be able to pay attention to who the players look to. Experience that I've had, I'll be in a room, having an event, having a presentation, and many times a lot of these players end up holding the rest of your team hostage because they've set a standard that seems to have a little bit more precedent than what you want. But sometimes what do? We'll say, well, if someone is a talented player, then we'll just allow them to go on with that. But I'm here to tell you, you need to think about the mantra. You either need to buy in or you need to peace out. Identify the leader. This is the one that the players look to. It's the one that, subconsciously they, really walk and look at how they respond. That determines what they're going to do next. And also, you have to address what your expectations are. So let it be known amongst everyone that these are the expectations for this program. These are the expectations for where we're going with this role, and make those things clear. But the key thing to all my coaches, to all my leaders, you have to be willing to eliminate that person. Excuse us.
Hello. Okay, hello. We're looking for Andy, the custodian. If you could meet
Trying to find Andy.
Teacher in the Learning Commons. Thank you.
They're going to find Andy. But that's the key, and we wrestle with that. Are you willing to eliminate this de facto leader who's taken over your culture? And sometimes we'll say, but the kid is so talented. But are you really doing this kid a favor by allowing them to keep this negative attitude that's being a cancer to your team in the locker room and throughout? So we have to be willing to choose character over talent. We have to be willing to use character over talent. And we know all too well that if we don't choose that character right now, someone else is going to make a decision about this young person, and that's going to impact them. So can you live with that? And I'm telling you that you can, because it's all about the culture of your program going forward, not just today, but in the future. Also, you have to consider the long term. You have to consider, what am I really trying to do now? As I stated before, player development leads to professional development. Are you really helping this young person by allowing them to still be a part of this program and what's going on if they're not buying into the culture? Because we know when they move on to the professional world, the corporate world, that's going to be unacceptable. So really think about, are you ready to make this commitment that a young person either needs to buy in or peace out? And you may say, but what about my team? What about my program? Well, you have to think about what you're doing to help these young people. And it's very, very important that we set a standard. And it's not helping a young person by allowing them to continue to bring this negative attitude, this negative culture for what you're trying to do. Coaches, we have a responsibility not just to help our teams win, but to build them for the future. And if you have a young person, male or female, whose attitude and de facto leadership is hurting your culture, hurting your team, you have to be willing to eliminate that person. Now, let's talk about this as it relates to development. Once you eliminate that individual, this gives them some time to think. This gives them time to really say, okay, what do I really want my future to be like? You've given them a chance. You've given them an opportunity. Now it's really up to them to be able to take the next step and go forward. You're not helping them by allowing them to continue to have this negative impact on your team. So they need to buy in or peace out. Our young people understand that language. We understand that language. But are you willing to make the sacrifice? Coach Mike Singletary, Super Bowl. Also, San Francisco 49ers had the greatest quote: can't do it, won't do it. And we have to be willing to make that sacrifice, not only for our program, but for the future generations who need this experience. And I guarantee you, if you make them peace out because they didn't buy in, they'll have a valuable learning lesson, and you would have helped them. We're here to coach and mold young men and women, and we have to be willing to make these decisions. So I encourage my coaches, keep going for it, keep doing it, and let them know you better buy in or peace out, and you got to mean it. So good to see you guys out there. Good luck with all you're doing. Lindsay Huddleston with Sports Psychology Solutions. See you guys soon and good luck. Thanks.